All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for more Fire Force. Good to see you, Yoda. Good to see you, Master Psycho. Though I honestly believe Yoda's not here. He just left his message. I couldn't tell. But Holster, good to see you as well. It's time for more Fire Force. So let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading as we go through Fire Force. Today we are going to be going through volume 11 of the series titled The Fires of Revelation. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, going through this, summary! Shinra fights for his life after his touching reunion with Sho results in a possibly fatal injury. He is taken to Special Fire Hospital 6, a facility that specializes in treating pyrokinetics, and his life is saved. When he wakes from his coma, who should appear before Shinra but Captain Burns of Special Fire Force Company 1? He says he has come to discuss the fire that took Shinra's family 12 years ago. But what is he really after? Ah, Yoda, you're there. You say you were there 4 hours early because you're not be able to get in the stream today, but you try. And one more thing. When will I do another Q&A video? I don't know if I'm gonna do another one for this month because I kind of don't want to make it like an all the time thing. I kind of want to make it more of a thing I tend to do maybe once or twice annually, so I can have enough time pass in between them so we can have more to talk about as far as myself and everything else that's going on. But I'm free to ask, like, regular questions. So, whenever you feel like it. But looking at this, we were on chapter 80. What is that? 88? That looks like 87. I want to say L, X, X, and X. That should be 30. 3 X's in Roman numerals is 30. And L is a 50, so that should be 88. Yeah, it should be 88. 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. So chapters 88 through 96. So let's get started. So I told you guys these Roman numerals were going to mess me up because I didn't study Roman numerals in school, nor have I been in a situation where I needed numerous Roman numerals in everyday life. So, ain't nothing I can do about it. But we start with Shinra staring at Captain Burns, with him going,
12 years ago, sir? So you do remember.
And I'm here to tell you about it. It's a long story. Get comfortable.
Yeah, believe me, sir, I want to hear about this more than anything, but could you give me a minute?
Is something the matter?
It's too important a story for me to hear with my butt hanging out for the world to see. May I get change first?
Please do. Okay, so we have, the Fire Force Season 1 adaptation ends at Chapter 93. You know that for a fact. And we're going to be moving past the first season. Yeah, we're going to be moving past the first season. Awesome. Also, hold up. Let me exit out of anything that could be conflicting with my connection, because I don't want anything to mess up today's reading. I want you guys to have the best quality possible. I also need to tone down. Can I show the cover? Yeah, I already did. That's the reason why you can't really see it, because I got to bring the brightness down. That's actually what I'm doing now. Let me tone down this exposure. Ah, there we go. All right. Now I ain't so high yellow. That's much better. Oh, that is so much better. Now you guys can see the cover better. It's Kareem. Even though it's kind of bright, since this is bright, at least you guys can see it better. Chapter 88, Past and Present. Because Shinra's still inside of his hospital gown, so, it's got to change. And then as he's changing, he's thinking,
at the rookie games, he claimed he didn't know anything. What changed his mind?
And then Shinra looks down and he sees the scar left behind by Sho's sword.
No stitches or anything. It already looks like an old scar. I saw the Company 6 crashed outside the window, so I guess they're the ones that fixed me up. I'm still not entirely sure what's going on, but the important thing right now is...
As we see Burns, and then we see Shinra younger in a flashback. And then Burns starts. Why don't we get some fresh air?
I'm starving.
And it shows Shinra eating a rice ball. And then he's drinking, and then Burns is talking to him. Do you eat much?
Yes, sir. More than the average person.
You've grown.
Huh? So you've known about me for 12 years.
Then we see a shot of Burns standing there with Shinra at the point of his family fire.
I knew you were the fire soldier who was there that day. Do you know everything?
Yes. If I had reported the truth about that fire, you would have been spared your badge of infamy. No one would have suspected you of killing your own family.
I don't care about me. Do you know that Did you know that show was a lie, Captain Burns?
Yes, I knew.
Does that mean you knew he'd been taken by the Evangelist's cronies, sir?
Yes, I knew. And then he grips on to Burns.
Why didn't you save him? Why didn't you tell me anything? If I'd just known, I wouldn't have left Sho alone in that darkness for 12 whole years.
And then Shinra gets knocked aside by Captain Burns' powers. He's all like, don't touch me. What could you have done then? You had 12 years to grow and get stronger, and you still nearly died.
This was a fluke. I'm better than I was when I fought you back when I went to Company 1.
Are you? It was a fluke that you survived. Prove me wrong. And then Burns prepares to try and fight Shinra, and Shinra uses his rapid to hit Burns directly in the face.
If I'd known, I wouldn't have left Sho alone for so long!
And then he's preparing to use rapid again, and it shows Burns with a little blood coming out of his lip. Uh-huh. So these are the feet that move at light speed when blessed with grace. And then Burns actually smiles. And then we have Captain Burns, second in command. Sorry, his name confuses. It gets me sometimes. Where is it? Oh wow, it actually doesn't show the name of his lieutenant. Alessio! What's going on? Welcome. If this is your first time here, I am reading Volume 11 of Fire Force. We are on Chapter 88 right now, with Shinra clashing with Captain Burns. And then we have Hague with Captain Burns' lieutenant, whose name escapes me, and I would probably butcher it if I tried to say it, as he goes, "How have things been at Company 6 lately?"
Everything is fine with Captain Huang here. You can see how peaceful it is.
And then we just see Captain Burns and Shinra fighting.
Shock! Kusakabe-san, you are not supposed to be out of bed. Get back to your room.
And as they're fighting, Burns is just blocking all of Shinra's kicks. Onyango, that's his name.
Lieutenant Onyango?
As Onyango puts his hand on Hague's shoulder. Let them be. You can't stop them anyway. That Burns has always been a stubborn man. He's not capable of delicate conversation. The boy's progress sets him off, and now his insides are boiling.
Why didn't you tell me?
As Shinra is fighting Burns.
Not that it matters. I'm still gonna make you pay!
And as this is going on, Shinra is fighting Burns, but Burns is just blocking everything, still with that calm disposition on his face. Fire soldiers work for the greater good. They can't be swayed by personal emotions. And then Fire starts to swell up over go become a voice actor. It's one of the things I would like to do, Alessio. It's one of the things I would like to do. Fire soldiers work for the greater good. They can't be swayed by personal emotions. And then it shows Burns' eye patch burning. And then Onyango going, "Step back. It looks like he's all warmed up." And then we just see Captain Burns in a black background. And then his fist going forward as it's cloaked in flame. And then we see Shinra's face. And then Burns steps forward and unleashes such a massive shockwave that it completely knocks Shinra away.
Yeah. It's just like the last time we sparred. He just has to stomp his foot in.
And then Burns, with his hand closed, opens it, and then another shockwave shoots out and bodies Shinra.
I feel just like taking a step towards him is gonna crush me.
And then we have Onyango. He's kindled a flame inside himself, and its heat is circulating throughout his body. That massive store of heat energy becomes a power source that increases his physical abilities to staggering proportions. Burns' whole body is a mass of heat energy, truly fire incarnate, as it shows that Burns is just surrounded by this aura of fire that just enhances him. Think along the lines of Yamamoto's Bankai, where his whole being is just covered in flame. And he's even stronger than before. Then we get Burns. The weak lose their lives, so I can't afford to reveal the truth to them. If you must know, then show me you're strong enough to handle it.
What? But isn't that why you came here? To tell me what happened 12 years ago? What the heck, man?
No, you don't think you can do it?
Yes, I do! You lying faker!
You was about to call him a naughty word, a superior officer.
He took everything he had to restrain himself.
And then Shinra's just thinking back to when Burns talked to him before, when they first encountered each other. You still have a long way to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand. I will show you, sir. I'm not as fragile as you think I am.
And then Burns' whole body just gets enveloped in flames to the point where his once black clothes just change completely white. Even his cloak, which is his coat, which is over his shoulders, and it's usually black, it turns white as well. Show me what you've got. And that's the end of chapter 88. Onwards to chapter 89, Fiery Past. The fact that the 4Kids changed so much, 4Kids doesn't exist, so I don't know what you mean by that. And it shows the remains of this town. And we're in a flashback as Burns is standing there with Shinra. Is this small, helpless life the only thing I could save? And it shows Shinra, as a kid, muttering to himself. And then Burns just looking off to the distance. And then we cut back to the present as Burns is completely enveloped in flames. And then we see something streak across the ground. And it's Shinra using Rapid to get close to him. Not to interrupt you, when am I going to get a new JJK manga? If you mean, like, read from the volumes, I don't do that anymore since that was meant for me to catch up to the series. I just do those reactions by chapters now, which releases on Sundays. This upcoming Sunday we'll only have Jujutsu, since both One Piece and My Hero are on break. So this upcoming Sunday, when I normally do my reactions, will be for the newest Jujutsu Kaisen chapter. I still get the volumes, but I don't read from them, like do live readings of them anymore, since I've already caught up to the series. So, yeah. But yeah, Sundays is when I do live readings of One Piece, My Hero, and Jujutsu Kaisen. So this upcoming Sunday will be that one. But Shinra rushes towards Burns with Rapid again.
I can't believe how much he's grown. How much?
Oh, wait. I think this is Burns. I can't believe how much he's grown. How much stronger he's become.
I'm gonna make you tell me if it's the last thing I do!
And while he tries to rush Burns, he gets knocked back by another shockwave. And then we have Burns again. Is your resolve that weak? It's like a little candle flame. I'm gonna wait until the boys are fed because they like to bark really loud when I'm reading. Okay, it should quiet down now. Is your resolve that weak? It's like a little candle flame.
Don't you underestimate me! I'm not as pathetic as you think!
And then Shinra tries to rush Burns again, who has not left the spot he's been standing on this entire time.
Ah!
As it shows Shinra trying to dropkick him, but Burns just completely blocks him. And you see the resulting shockwave happen behind Burns, but Burns still doesn't move. And the whole area just erupts in wind, while Onyango is covering Hagaway. And then Shinra is looking directly at Burns. Are you sure you won't regret finding out?
That's the whole reason I became a fire soldier. I hate using those flames, but I had to learn the truth.
And then Burns just dissipates his whole power. A flame that was once so small is now a roaring blaze. It's been a long time since I blocked an attack that made my arm tingle. You have gotten stronger. You've convinced me. You're ready. Very well. I'll tell you everything. The truth behind that fire is not what you've been led to believe. You fought the Evangelist's henchmen. Well, they were already at work 12 years ago. As we are going back in time. And we're seeing members of the White Clad when they were younger. Hamiya, do you feel anything?
The evangelist said it was around here, right? Where the new Adola burst would ignite. Here it comes!
And this is a much younger Hamiya with one of the other members we would see later on. Well, we saw previously, but we still don't have his name. And they're overlooking the town, which I believe is going to be the location where that fire will erupt. The evangelist knew that the fire was going to start.
Huh? The evangelist knew? Does that mean it was the evangelist who started the fire? Someone was there, not just my family, an inferno with horns. Did he start it?
We knew exactly what started that fire. It wasn't you.
I know! There was a demon there!
And then Burns is thinking, and then we go back in time again. And we see Sho, and Sho is laying in his bed and his eyes open. And we see Hamiya going,
We're happy to have ya. Number 3.
and when Sho's eyes open, his eyes start tingling the same way Shinra's feet tingle when an Adola link happens. And then we see Sho's mom, who's laying next to Sho, like on a little mat right next to his crib. She wakes up to see Sho surrounded by this orb of flames. And she's shocked to see him just floating in the air like this. This is a baby. Remember, this is a baby.
Sho!
And then the whole area just gets completely engulfed in flames. And then we see... Then we see Shinra's mom as she goes,
What?
as her whole body starts to get covered in flames. But not because of the fire around her, but because she's the one creating them. And it shows her teeth changing. It shows her teeth changing. Fire coming from her eye. Not, out of her eye, but from her eye. Her whole body's starting to sizzle.
Shinra! Sho! Mom! Sho! Shinra! Run! Get out of here! Hurry! Go!
As we see Shinra's mom change further and further, teeth getting more and more pointed.
Hurry! Shinra! Get out of here! Mom! Mom, where are you?
And as we see a little bit of his mom, we start to see something come out of her forehead. And as Shinra looks in the direction of where his mom was, we see that same horned infernal that he's always remembered.
A demon?
And then that's when Shinra's pyrokinetic powers activated, and it sends him shooting backwards towards his house, towards the front door. 12 years ago, it was your brother Sho who started the fire. And we see this horned infernal constantly saying,
Sho, Sho, Sho.
as we see the pointed teeth inside this infernal's mouth, while the regular shaped teeth are on the outside. The effects of his Adola burst awaken your third generation powers. And then we see Sho in this dreamscape. Where he's floating in front of the evangelist. And then we have this infernal screaming as it's looking at the evangelist. Then we got this big dude that's there with Haomiya going, "You know why we hide our eyes, don't you?"
Yeah, duh. Because when you look directly into the sun, it burns your eyes.
Although the sun doth sparkle, it is unseeable to the children of men. All who wish to approach the world of the gods must feel it in their hearts. And as this is going on, Shinra's mom, who is an infernal, looks at the evangelist and then tries to take her horns and forcibly move them over her eyes. The horned infernal you claim you saw.
No. The horned infernal was my mother? But everything I've done in my life was to find that infernal and kill it!
And this is when we get a view of Sho's mom as an infernal, holding baby Sho, and she has like this curved serpentine skeletal-like tail attached to her as well. And that is the end of chapter 89. Onwards to chapter 90 at Tragedy's End. And we're still in the flashback. We're still going through it.
So, Sho started the fire? And the horned infernal I saw was my mother? But then, what happened to her?
I arrived at the scene 15 minutes after the fire broke out. And it shows Burns there with Onyango. And at this time, he had a eye patch. He still had an eye patch over his eye. Any survivors inside? Why aren't you doing anything to put out the fire? They're not normal flames. Our hoses don't even slow them down. And then it shows Shinra inside of his house as he's barely able to get the front door open so he can get out. The survivor!
Let me go! Mom and Sho are still in there! And there's a bad demon wandering around!
Burns, calm down. It's too dangerous. Calm down! Calm down, it's too dangerous. Flames that won't go out. A demon. Nothing good can come of this. And it shows Burns' eye stinging as well. Then we got the White Clad. I got the dead body in place to stand in for the mother. How's it going, Haomiya? Did you get her under your control? Haomiya? Haomiya, is it working? Haomiya? Can you hear me? Haomiya!
Shut up, Sharon!
Or Sharon, or Caron.
Shut up, Caron! I'm working on it! If you're going to interrupt me, then get lost! I'm gonna kill you, darn it!
If you could hear me, you should have answered me.
What? Why? Would you have helped me if I did? You know you can't, so shut up and let your stupid face wave in the wind or something!
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
Squee!
Ugh, she's scary. Then it shows Burns going into this burning building. The whole place could come down any minute. The boy said his mother and brother were inside, but from the look of it, unless they have a pyrokinetic heat resistance by now, they'd be... And then Burns sees something moving in the fire, and he holds on to his eye, and then he sees it. He sees the infernal. He sees Sho's mom holding Sho. A horned infernal and a baby. And then we see that same thing that happens when Haomiya uses her pyrokinetic abilities, and it happens around Shinra's mom.
Yeah, bring the baby.
And then Sho and Shinra's mom just leap out the door. Wait! Burns! It's coming down! Get out! That infernal just... Hurry! Watch your head! As he gets out, and the whole building the whole house just comes down right outside before they can go any further. And Burns is just standing there with his eye blazing. A horned infernal and a Dola burst. A Dola link. Oh, wait, hold on. Remember 5 months ago, you made a speech during a One Piece read-through about people who try to type a racial slur have nothing better to do, which inspired you because you get bullied very much for your race. I'm sorry to hear that, Yoda. Sorry to hear that. Is there more to it, or because I would definitely love to read the rest of this. Of what you're saying, not the manga. We can always get back to it. But yeah, I remember that speech I made. I remember it. I still remember it. And it's like, people like that, they really don't have anything much better to do with their time, other than try and attempt to be edgy. Because, you know, people with common sense wouldn't do anything like that. But clearly, common sense isn't as common as it used to be. So, I feel sorry for these peoples that they can't think of anything intelligent to do other than to try and insult others with demeaning names and such, because it just shows their lack of ingenuity for insults, for one thing, but also their lack of compassion for how another person feels. It's unfortunate, and it's also unfortunate that this is the world that we live in. The best thing that people like me and you can do is just they expect people to get loud and irate and go off on them, because that's the reaction that they're looking for. But if you tune them out, nothing bothers a person who's trying to get attention more than silence. Sure, you may have to bite the bullet sometimes. I had to do that several times. We were on call. He said he's got to go, so I could tell him for what you said. Oh, okay, cool. But I remember that speech. I remember, and I still stand by it. If you feel like you gotta insult a person's nationality, skin tone, or anything of that nature, then you're not as intelligent as you think you are, because that doesn't do anything beneficial. Unfortunately. But let me continue on. And it shows Burns' eye on fire as he goes, a horned infernal and a Dola burst. A Dola link. And then he takes his eye patch off. The fire in my eye is out of control, just like when I saw the other world's flame, and it burned my eye away.
Mom! Show!
Stay back! It's not safe! So they didn't want that one, eh? He's awakened to his powers, but his flame is still weak. Burns, I know. Listen carefully.
Huh?
Your mother is dead, and so is your brother. And then it shows Shinra having a very sad face. But we know it's sad, but he also has that incredibly nervous, intense grin on his face. He can't help it. He can't help it. We were on call. He said, I used to get bullied for my skin, but BRL, enjoy this so much. Alessio, I'm glad you're enjoying it. And if, just for everyone to know, this is a community where everyone is welcome. Your skin tone does not matter to me. Who you choose to love does not matter to me. What you choose to believe in, Christian or not, or whatever, it does not matter to me. What does matter is your character. And that should be the only thing that should make people decide whether that should be the only thing that should be the most important thing you decide towards other people. Their strength of their character. That should be the only thing that matters. Doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. What matters is what's in your heart and your character. That should be the only thing that matters. If you're only looking at what's on the outside, then you're not worthy to see what's on the inside. I'm just saying. That was the first time he smiled like that. It was this incident that caused this scary smile. Yeah, this is the first time he starts smiling like that. But we cut back to the present. I know I could go off on a tangent and talk about that one particular thing, but we got to continue on. I don't mind saying it, but I want to stay on topic here. But that's just the way it is. I mean, and I really do feel sorry for people who look at the outside and judge based on that, mistreat or treat based on that. And it's like, that's really superficial and narrow-minded, if you will. So it's unfortunate, but best thing that we as individuals can do is look past that and not behave the way they expect us to because they want that reaction, especially if they start people like throw slurs and stuff at you. It's because they want a reaction, because they're bored and they have nothing better to do in their lives, which is kind of sad. I mean, touching grass should be a standard for everybody. But Shinra's smiling as a kid, and then we cut back to the present.
Yeah, you fed me lies back then, but that doesn't mean what you're telling me now is true. I came all this way to find that demon, and you want me to believe it was my mother? Why would you lie to me?
To keep you from getting involved. I knew they might eventually come after you, too. I put those lies in your head to make you afraid of the fire, to make you hate it. I thought that if you feared the flames, you would avoid using your powers, and you would never set foot in this world.
I did hate the flames. I still do. Whatever the truth is, fire took my whole family from me. The flames ruined my whole life. I'll never bring myself to like them.
But you used those flames. They're what brought you here. And then Shinra's silent. My business here is done.
Wait, sir! Did you have an Adola link? Did you see that hell?
Yes, and it burned my eye out. My right eye is the price I paid to see the flames of hell.
The demon you saw 12 years ago. Was it an infernal with horns coming out of its eyes?
Yes.
Then, back in the Nether, when I had that Adola link, was that demon my mom? Where did Mom go?
No one saw what happened after the fire. And then Burns leaves.
If I do another Adola link, I can see that infernal again. I can see Mom again. But how can I do another link? When I had that last one, I saw Captain Shoichiro Hague from Special Fire Company 4. Maybe he knows something.
Thanks for having us, Lieutenant Hague.
That's no trouble. Come again anytime.
And that's when Shinra realizes that Lieutenant Hague of Company 6 may be in fact related to Captain Hague of Company 4. And he's looking at her and notice a resemblance.
There's a resemblance!
Shock! In resemblance to what?
Lieutenant Hague?
Yes?
Are you by any chance related to Company 4's?
Oh, yes! Company 4's Captain Shoichiro Hague is my grandfather.
Wait,
why do you ask? Do I look that much like him?
No, just certain key features. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
Do you think I could meet with Captain Hague?
Meet with the captain?
And then we cut to Cathedral 8, as we have Vulcan and Iris. We brought Shinra home. He's doing fine.
Oh, good. I'm glad he could be discharged.
Sorry to have worried you. How's everyone doing back here?
We're all doing very well.
And then we have Iris, Vulcan, and Shinra walking through the halls, with Hague getting a flashback of what Hague said to Shinra.
You want to meet my grandfather to talk about the Adola burst? I don't know. He's been a different person lately.
Well,
been a different person recently. I'll ask, but please don't get your hopes up.
I'll do whatever it takes to see Captain Hague. It's my only clue.
And then we have Maki.
Congratulations on getting out of the hospital, Shinra. I'm so sorry I couldn't go visit you. I was so worried.
That's all right. You had to be here in case there was a call.
And then we have Tamaki looking around the corner.
Yeah, it smells like a locker room, but we're all here.
A locker room?
And then it cuts to Arthur. Hinawa, and Captain Obi all just doing some heavy workouts. We're glad you're back. Congrats on getting out.
Huh?
Hey, dang it, you started without me. I gotta bulk up too. And then Shinra's just looking at him. Like, really? What's going on? Then we got Shinra again.
Wow, you're already building muscle to take down the Evangelists. That's my company.
And then we have Obi going, no, it's that time of year. And this year, we're gonna make it.
Make what?
The Special Fire Force Nude Calendar.
What? What happened while I was unconscious? Should I fear for the future of Special Fire Force Company 8?
And that's the end of Chapter 90. Onwards! Just back to say thank you and hope you have a wonderful stream. I will be on the stream on Friday. Yoda, it's an honor to have you here. But that's the end of Chapter 90. Onwards to Chapter 91, A Fireman's Fight. And it shows Obi working out, and you see his muscles everywhere. Bad boy pecs.
Huh? The Special Fire Force Nude Calendar, sir?
Assertive abs. Yes, the nude calendar. Shy dorsals. Informative biceps. It started as a way to help people get to know the Special Fire Force. I have a feeling Captain Obi and Colonel Armstrong, not Colonel Armstrong. Yeah, Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist would get along just fine. It started as a way to help people get to know the Special Fire Force. Now it's so popular it rivals the Puppies calendar on the list of top 10 calendars women want to hang in their workspace.
And the photo shoot for this calendar is coming up?
There are currently 8 companies in the Special Fire Force. Each of those companies gets 1 month from January to August. We're covering August.
What about September to December?
From September on, it's by popularity. The top 4 start in September and go in ascending order. Most popular gets December.
What was our rank last year?
And then both Hinawa and Obi are silent. And then Shinra's looking because he knows.
Was it last place, sir?
Yes.
Is this the calendar from last year? May I take a look?
And then Hinawa's just looking with that wide-eyed expression.
I'm just gonna look. Let's see. August.
And then he sees it and goes,
I see you were very enthusiastic, sir.
We always strive for the best.
By the way, who got first place? That's December, right?
The company prides itself on its unmoving popularity. And it shows Company 1, who won last time. And we see Kareem standing with his trumpet. Mind you, remember, this is a nude calendar. So we have Kareem standing with his trumpet. We have Rekka Hoshimiya. We have Captain Burns sitting on a throne. And then we have Lee. All toned dudes. And then he looks at Rekka's fake and he goes,
Ugh, Rekka.
And then we have Tamaki, who's all like, ah! Because, she kind of doesn't want to see him anymore. Then we have Hinawa. This year, their precious pop star Rekka did us a favor by getting himself killed. We might actually have a chance. Right. That's true.
That's messed up, sir. What is a poppy star?
Then we cut to Special Fire Cathedral 1. And we get on Yongo, who's working out. Hup! Yeah. Hup! Yeah. Hup! I will fill the void Rekka left behind. I don't think you can, sir. And then we have Hinawa back again, because Onyongo is trying to work out to be buff to fill in for Rekka's missing spot. But, yeah. I don't see that happening. Then back to Hinawa. Age and looks-wise, it will be a stretch for a Lieutenant Onyongo to replace Rekka. Very true.
That's rude, sir.
Special Fire Base 2. Come on, Juggernaut! Take him off already! That's an order from a superior officer!
No! Please, sir! I'm too embarrassed! I can't do a nude shot!
Come to think of it, Dr. Giovanni's in Company 3. Maybe I can actually see inside that thing.
And then he turns the page to Giovanni, and Giovanni unrealistically has a super buff body.
This has got to be fake.
Dang it. Die! As Vulcan feels very strongly about Giovanni. You know, I gotta find some workaround works.
This is supposed to be a nude shot. If this counts, then anything goes. Is this really a good idea? I think everyone's kind of losing it.
And then he's flipping through the pages.
Oh yeah, what about Company 5? Maybe I can gaze upon Captain Hibana's nude.
And then he flips over to Hibana because he expects Hibana to be caught up in that as well. But we get shirtless, dudes all on like a pyramid. Mind you, they still got pants on.
Who are they? Nobody cares about them. These are the guys that were lying around to be your gravel.
And then it cuts to Iris coming up right behind Shinra going,
What were you expecting, Shinra-san? The calendar is male only.
It's not what you think. I was just wondering what kind of picture she...
Besides, Nei-san is a nun. She's not interested in nude photographs. Shinra, naked? I want to see Shinra's calendar photo. I really do, but the discovery... The whole world will see the amazingness that is Shinra. Then he will no longer be my Shinra. Is it inevitable? Is my only choice to accept this fate?
Wow, Hibana cannot fathom the idea that if Shinra is a part of a nude photo for Company 8, then everyone gets to see a naked Shinra and not just Hibana. She really into this man. I'm just saying, she really into him. Princess, we need you to approve this year's photo.
Silence, Gravel, do it yourself!
And then we cut back to Arthur, Obi, and Hinawa still working out.
I'm surprised you're all so into this. There's not a chance Company 7 cares about this in any way, right?
Captain Shinmon is a pretty big poppy star.
Could you please stop saying Papu Star? Wait, you mean the Captain Shinmon? I mean, I get that people like him, but he wouldn't actually participate in this, would he? July.
And it shows Benimaru with a picture of him just sitting in the bath.
This has got to be a non-consensual photo.
Then we're back to Special Fire Guard House 7, with Kongro speaking to one of his subordinates. Hey, where's Waka? He went to the bathhouse. Is it almanac season again? I don't care what it takes. Company 7 is not gonna lose to those lousy Empire bastards. I'm gonna take this and get us some good pictures. I expect great things, Lieutenant Conroe. And then Conroe, holding a camera in his hands, goes over to try and find Benimaru. Hey, I don't appreciate what you did last year. Did you think I wouldn't notice? Did ya? The world is waiting for a guy with guts so big no one can say otherwise. There's only one man like that here in Asakusa. Thinking about it is a waste of time. Gotta go for movie night. To make it up, I'll sub on my phone. Alessio, I appreciate it. It's all good. If you want to watch the rest, it'll be available as a VOD for you too. There's only one man like that here in Asakusa. Thinking about it is a waste of time. And then he grabs Benimaru by the scruff of his neck. By the scruff of his shirt. It has to be you, Benimaru. Me? You're full of it. Give me that camera. I'll take a picture. No, Waka, you have to be in the picture, don't you understand? Then back to Shinra.
Non-consensual photos? A fake body and an army of gravel. What does it say about us that we lost to all of that?
That's all in the past, goes Captain Obi. This year we have new recruits. Company 8's calendar days are just beginning. Arthur. This year we'll do it. Vulcan. Shinra. Silent.
It's true last year's picture was only Captain Obi and Lieutenant Hinawa. It seems kind of lonely compared to the other companies. Still, what's with that pose you were doing?
That pose? Well, right, Maki?
Oh, Captain, please do it for me. I love that pose.
And then Shinra's wondering, and then Obi just puts his arm up, and he just goes, Welcome to the gun showbra. And welcome to the gun showbra. And he just flexes.
Gun show, Cobra! Gun show, bro!
And Maki's just laughing because she finds this all immediately hilarious.
What? Was it that funny? Was that funny? You're totally cracking up!
Oh, stop it, Captain!
And then Iris is laughing as well.
What? You too, Sister Iris?
You see that? The ladies dig it.
No. 2 ladies dig it. It's an inside joke. You can't publish that for the whole world.
We will restore our honor this year. From now until the day of the shoot, we will be working to decide who is worthy to stand front and center. Clothed or unclothed, a night is a night. Oh wait, this is Arthur going, clothed or unclothed, a night is a night. I will accomplish any mission. If this will help Lisa feel better. And Shinra's he does not have any thoughts towards it. If you don't want to do it, you can take Inspector Lick's spot on the bench. No, thank you. I don't want to show off my scrawny body. What's wrong, Shinra? You have a dead look in your eye.
What did you expect, sir?
This year, I have a secret plan that will guarantee our victory.
Another weird joke, sir?
Whoever can best master this technique will be our center man. Watch closely. Welcome to the gun showbra! And he's just flexing once again. Followed by 2 showbras! And it shows everyone flexing on their new photo. Because they're on their new nude photo, and they have the fire hoses wrapped around to keep from, showing anything. And they're doing the twin showbras. Twin showbras! And the narration says, we got last place. So even after all of that, they still failed. And that's the end of chapter 91. Onwards to chapter 92, the Lieutenant Remodeling Project. Loving this. And then it shows Shinra, and then Captain Obi. So this is the picture from the nude calendar. Look at that face, that provocative expression. Not bad, Shinra. I'll have to learn from this for next year.
Please don't, sir. That's just nerves from being in front of a camera.
Nerves that produce this face? That's what makes you so amazing.
I've constantly been told it was a creepy habit, ever since the fire 12 years ago. But here people compliment it. It weirds me out.
12 years ago. If what Captain Burns says is true, then the Evangelist people were involved in your family tragedy.
I've wanted revenge on that demon for so long. I'm having a hard time believing it was actually my mother. But I thought Sho was dead too, and it turns out he's alive.
If your mother is still alive after going infernal,
I don't suppose we could find a way to change infernals back into people. When I had that Adola link in the Nether, I saw Captain Hagaway from Company 4.
So you're saying Captain Hagaway may have something to do with the Adola link?
Yes, sir. Lieutenant Hagaway from Company 6 is related to him, so I asked her to help me get in touch with him.
I was just thinking it was time I got in touch with the chief. Let's try reaching out to the captain from our end, too. The movie night is canceled, so I'm gonna stay a little longer? Well, fine, that's fine. Stay as long as you like. You are not tied down to be here, but stay as long as you like. Anyway, you finally get a day off tomorrow, so get plenty of rest.
Thank you very much, sir.
We don't get many vacation days. Do you have any plans? And then it just shows the outside of the cathedral, and then Shinra walking through the hallway.
Let loose and have fun, he says. Come to think of it, I haven't played soccer in a while.
And then we have Maki speaking with Tamaki and Iris.
Remember that place we were talking about? Want to check it out? Oh, yes! We can go shopping for some new clothes. I want to try the new ice cream. A girl's day out. I can't wait.
Enjoy your time off. Shopping with friends, eh?
We're all going into town tomorrow, Shinra. Would you like to join us? Sister Iris, why would you invite him?
Me? You wouldn't mind?
Do you have any plans?
Goes Maki.
No, nothing in particular.
And then it cuts to everyone going,
Hello, sir.
Huh? Hello, sir.
A group shopping trip, eh? Sounds fun. Have a good time.
His fashion sense is astounding as usual. So So they make him buy the clothes they couldn't sell in the shopping district?
Maybe the lieutenant should go shopping.
Then we're here in downtown Shibuya. And everyone's just walking around shopping. And we got Tamaki and Iris in regular civvy clothes.
Where do you want to go next? I think they were selling ice cream that way. Ah, you're so lucky. You both look so feminine and cute.
You could wear clothes like that too, Maki-san. You look good.
Me? No, I couldn't.
All the people in this massive crowd are afraid that they might go infernal one day. I don't want those happy smiles to turn into fake ones. So I will find a way to cure infernalism.
Then Maki with Shinra.
What's up? Why the dumb look on your face?
You're eating again. How can you constantly eat all those sweets?
Hey everyone, I have a little idea.
And this is Maki.
Operation Lieutenant Makeover. We can give him some really cool clothes as a gift. What do you think? Sounds fun! I like it.
Lieutenant, they've turned you into a game, sir.
Where should we start? Let's just start with that shop.
And they are going around shopping for Lieutenant Hinawa.
How about this? What about this? No, this! Do you think he'd actually wear this? A wig? A wig, huh? Yeah, I don't know. If it's not technically in the hat category, I think even the lieutenant wouldn't. Then what about this?
As Iris puts like a festive hat on her head. That kind of reminds me of, what is it? Whirly Toad? No, not Whirly Toad, but my Pokemon names escape me. The one that has like the big circle, the big hypno circle on its midsection. I'm telling you, my Pokemon knowledge is rusty.
So that's how you want to play it. Stuffed animal styles might still be a stretch. But I do wonder where he draws the line. Kinda makes you want to push the boundaries, huh? I love the lieutenant.
Wait, I thought we were going to make him look good. I feel like this is taking a dangerous turn. First of all, if we're planning to make him look awesome, why are we even in this store?
Because it's also a store for women.
Ugh, Maki-san chose the store.
I think you'll look good in this, Shinra-san.
As Iris, Poliwhirl or Poliwrath, either one, thank you. My Pokemon is rusty. My Pokemon knowledge is rusty. I only really remember legendaries. I don't remember some of the regular ones. But Iris puts a hat on Shinra's head.
I think you'd look good in this, Shinra-san.
She's so close. I like this.
You're so skeevy.
What's your problem?
Stay away from me, creepy.
You're pissing me off.
Tamaki-san was worried about you too, Shinra-san. We heard about your mother. We'll all work together to find a way to save her. You survived, even after getting impaled. You'll get to see Shinra-kun late again.
Thanks, guys. Jeez, you guys. I'm really glad I'm in Company 8.
And then we have Captain Obi. Hinawa! Have some dignity, man! Do you have any concept of too far? I'm terribly sorry, sir. And it has, Hinawa is there with... Hinawa's standing there with the clothes that Maki and company chose out for him. And he has like a big old bunny hat. And he has like a shirt with shoulder pads. And he has short shorts with a bunny tail on the back. And small shoes. Would anyone on any planet ever come to work dressed like that? I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was a problem until you said something. What in the world is wrong with you? What happened? Why is the captain so mad? And a captain and a lieutenant Hinawa to boot. This is Vulcan and Licht, respectively.
What do we do? He's getting in a ton of trouble because of us. Well, come on. I didn't think he'd actually wear it. Oh, Lord, help us.
And then Shinra's just silent. Did you see what it says on your hat? No, sir. It never entered my line of vision. Where did you even get that ridiculous getup? Did you buy it yourself? And then Hina was silent for a moment with Maki going,
Oh no, what do we do? What do we do? We'll just have to apologize.
And then Hinawa goes, Yes, sir. I did buy it myself. Which shocks Maki, Iris, and Tamaki. and Shinra as well.
Lieutenant, you're the coolest!
And then Obi's just looking at him as he goes, really? I see. Maki, Iris, Tamaki, Shinra, get in here! And then they all tried to slink away, but they was all like,
He knows.
and then everyone is You know, it's hard for this to be a serious situation when everyone's standing at attention and you have Lieutenant Hinawa off to the side in these very flamboyant looking clothes, especially one that has a bunny tail in the back, and he has like spiked up shoulder pads up there, and he's wearing a bunny hat as well. It's very hard to take this whole thing seriously when you look at Hinawa at the end. I know you gave him those clothes, taking advantage of the lieutenant's utter disregard for clothing. What do you take your superiors for? Who came up with this ridiculous plan? And then both Maki, Tamaki, and Iris start shuddering and shivering.
They asked me to go shopping with them because they care about me. They're my dear Company 8 colleagues. Like Lieutenant Hinawa, I would never stoop so low as to sell them out.
Shinra did it!
And then Obi looks over at Shinra as he goes,
What? Mom, women are scary.
and that's the end of Chapter 82. Onwards to Chapter 83, Special Fire Force Company 4. And we cut to the outskirts, we cut to the outside of Cathedral 8.
You got me an interview with Captain Hakaway?
We reached out to him through the fire chief. I feel so bad for Shinra. They literally just dumped the whole mess on him because they didn't want to get in trouble. They literally just threw this man under the bus. No, they didn't throw him under the bus. They nailed him to the concrete and then put the bus in low gear and then ran him over with it. I feel bad for the man. We reached out to him through the fire chief, but it helped that his granddaughter, Lieutenant Hagaway, spoke to him too. Under normal circumstances, a second-class fire soldier would never get a personal interview with another company's captain, but it was all so easy.
Easy, sir?
I figured it wouldn't be too hard to contact them because Company 4 started a branch of the regular firefighters. It doesn't work for the church or the military, like Companies 1 and 2, but still. Are you familiar with Company 4?
Of course. I trained at Company 4's academy. The instructors there were lieutenants from the company, but I've never been to their HQ in person, and I haven't met Captain Hagaway before. And I hadn't met Captain Hagaway before that captain's meeting.
The Fire Defense Agency directly oversees Company 4 as well as the regular firefighters. Company 4 runs the academy under their direction. So it shows the Fire Defense Agency, which connects to the General Firefighters and Special Fire Force Company 4. The Fire Defense Agency also extends to the Training Academy, which Company 4 also attributes to. You said you saw Captain Hagaway during your Adola link, so it's possible that he has an interest in your Adola burst too.
Huh?
But whatever his reason for seeing you, it works out for us. Company 6 Lieutenant Asako Hagaway will be joining you tomorrow.
Lieutenant Asako?
Make it count, Shinra. Special Fire Station 4. And this one looks like more so like your traditional firehouse, with numerous garages that hold not only Matchbox. Bro, can I show it? No, because of copyright reasons. But it shows multiple Matchboxes and also regular fire trucks as well. Like, just reading is kind of boring. Well, you're just going to have to deal with it, Merciless, because I'm not about to get another strike for showing a copyrighted image. I'm just not about to do that. You can look it up if you want to, you know. If you were able to look me up, you can look up where these chapters are. We're on chapter 93 if you want to follow along. But I'm not showing it because I'm not about to put my channel at risk. Special Fire Force Training Academy. And we see the academy, and Shinra's there.
Man, this brings back memories.
And then we have Asako here.
You went here too, right? You went here too, right? You went here too, right, Kusakabe?
Just graduated recently.
Have you been in Company 4?
No, I've never been there.
Company 4 started as a branch of the regular firefighters, so it was formed later than the companies under the Holy Soul Temple. the Empire, and Hajime Industries. But you might say it's the most firefighter of all the companies.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be in Company 4 since I went to the academy. I was surprised when they put me in Company 8.
Were you disappointed?
No, I'm glad I'm in Company 8.
And it shows other people working out, doing push-ups and doing drills while we make our way through Company 4. Your channel, you don't even have 5K? What are you saying? What you doing, Merciless?
Sorry to interrupt your training.
Excuse us.
Keep going. 3 sets of 100 push-ups.
Instructor Pan!
It's good to see you, Kusakabe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, you're Lieutenant Pan.
I see the problem child is getting on well in Company 8. What are you doing here, Kusakabe? I thought they flushed you down to Company 8. You know, the cesspool where all the crap goes.
And the sewer gnat avoided flushing and is still here.
What was that, mom killer? And then Shinra takes this because he tries to grab his shirt. But Shinra grabs his arm and then flips him over. He proceeds to flip him over, like nonchalantly.
Don't they teach you in Company 4 that if you grab someone without thinking, you should expect them to do a joint lock and throw you? It's common sense in Company 8.
What the heck do you think you're trying to pull? What the heck do you think you're trying to pull? You better not be looking down on us, punk! I'm in your head. You've been doing this for 2 years. Don't you think it's time you get... Real quick. You... Merciless. Can I ask you a question? Real quick, and then I gotta get back to reading. You've been doing this for 2 years. Don't you think it's time you get an actual job? This is a job. What are you doing? What is this? No, Halster, don't even worry about it. I'm asking. What are you doing? Is there a point to this? I'm just wondering. How much I get paid? That's none of your business. That's none of your business how much I get paid. Why? Why would what reason do I have to tell you that? Really? Instead of allowing me to continue this uninterrupted, why are you here asking questions that do not concern you? Oh no, I ain't paying it no mind. I'm just wondering if there's any logic behind this question. And if he cannot come up with one, then we continue on. I'm just saying. But I'm gonna continue anyway.
Don't they teach you in Company 4 that if you grab someone without thinking, you should expect them to do a joint lock and throw you? It's common sense in Company 8.
What the heck do you think you're trying to pull? You better not be looking down on us, punk!
Oh no! Shock!
Just be grateful I didn't break anything, small fry.
And then we get a brother who shows up. Calm down, it was our guy who made the first move. Kusakabe, you never change, do you?
Oh, gun!
Ah, so we get a name. I just let my guard down, that's all.
I knew you'd say that, Karen.
And then we have Lieutenant Pan who blows his whistle, and he's just continuously blowing it over and over and over and over again. I forgot this is what this guy did. You have to use your words, sir, or we won't know what the heck you're thinking. We won't know what the heck you're saying.
Instructor
Pardon me.
Instructor Pan's whistle.
There we go. All right. I don't understand. I don't understand when people come in here and try to act, edgy. These are the types of people that I was talking about earlier on. Had Merciless been here, he would have known. But these are the types of people that try to roll up and try to disrupt things. I was gonna roast you. I want to roast you, but you're already roasted. How am I roasted? To kids these days. You see, this is the reason why they tell you. This is the reason why they tell children to get their parents' permission before going online. But we continue. You have to use your words, sir, or we won't know what the heck you're saying.
Instructor Pan's whistle never changes either. I feel like I'm back in school.
You really do know a lot of people here.
This is Ogun. He was a top student in our class.
And this guy didn't have any friends, so Arthur and I took pity on him.
Arthur is not my friend.
Yeah, sure. And then Pan is blowing his whistle once more. 100 sit-ups! Go!
Yep, the simple commands are easy to interpret.
And then it cuts to Ogun talking to Shinra. Sounds like you're doing all right in Company 8.
You too.
And then Pan blows on his whistle again.
Lieutenant Pan says he'll take us to the captain. Thanks for your help, sir.
I'm surprised you understood that.
And then Pan is still blowing on his whistle, over and over again. The way you handled yourself back there, you really are training in man-to-man combat. I don't know what your company is thinking.
Yeah, well...
Company 8 has a reputation for being the outsiders of the Fire Force. So what business would a company like that and Lieutenant Asako have with our captain?
I wanted to ask my grandfather about that injury on his face, and why he changed after he got it.
Captain Hagaway is a great man. He's the first person to go from regular firefighter to active duty as a soldier in the Special Fire Force. He has the respect of everyone here in Company 4. Nothing will make us lose that respect. Captain Hagaway is through there. And we get to a set of doors. We've already let him know you were coming. Kusakabe is to see him alone.
Alone, sir?
I told him that you wanted to ask him about the Adola burst. It's probably better for me not to go in with you. I wouldn't want to interfere.
I understand. Here goes. Me, alone with the captain. That makes me nervous.
And then we have Shinra going up to the door, and he knocks on it.
Excuse me.
And then we see a scarred, shadowed man sitting in this room.
Company 8 Fire Soldier 2nd Class Shinra Kusakabe. Thank you very much for meeting with me, sir.
I've been expecting you. Let's get right to the point. I'd like to see your flames. Would you be so kind as to burn me?
I forgot this man was like this. As he stands there directly in front of Shinra's face, really creepy-like.
Whoa!
Oops, sorry. My apologies. I didn't mean to frighten you. That's not what I meant. No, let me rephrase that. I want you to burn me.
Creepy.
And that's the end of chapter 93. Onwards to 94. Soichiro Hagaway.
Go on. Do it. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Burn you, sir?
Do it. Do it. Do it. Don't hold back. Just burn me.
And then we have a voice going,
Yes. Give him what he wants. Burn him.
Huh?
Burn him. Burn him. Burn him till he dies. Burn him. Burn him. I know your flames are just bursting to get out, so stop holding them back.
And then Shinra starts smiling and his eyes change colors. And then we get that same horned infernal going,
Kill that horrible demon. Obliterate it.
That demon was my mom. You know I can't kill her.
Then what are you supposed to do with the bloodlust you've held on to these last 12 years? It's not just going to disappear, is it? Devil.
Mom killer.
You disgust me. You held back, ignoring everything those little turds said about you, telling yourself that pounding that demon to a pulp will make it all worth it. So who cares anymore? Let that pent-up hatred explode. That rage has been building and building for years. Do you think you can just ignore it? Burn him and tell the world. Tell them, you're right. I am exactly the devil you said I am. Don't you want to? Of course. Oh, of course. You wanted to be a hero. But why bother? The world is all a bunch of lies. There was never any such thing as right and wrong. Heroes aren't worth crap in a world like this. I get it. He would be the one you want to murder the most.
As Shinra also thinks of Captain Burns, along with the students that, look down on him.
He hid it all from you. It wasn't his call to make. It's his fault everything went crazy. Let's burn him. Burn him and tell the world what's what. Let it out. Let it all out. Release your rage. All of it.
And then Shinra's looking at this person who's appearing in front of him, and Shinra goes,
Sister Iris?
and this woman is in front of him going,
Burn everything in a sea of your own flames.
No, you're not Sister Iris. Who are you?
and then we're back. We're back in the real world with Captain Hagaway.
Do it, go on, burn me. Just a little singe, Kusakabe. That was an Adola Link. Who was that woman? I don't think it was possible to hate humanity I didn't think it was possible to hate humanity that much.
An Adola Link.
And this is Hagaway. And then the light, and then he pulls the blinds up.
And it was triggered when you came into contact with me. I suppose the connection with the divine world has grown stronger. You say you saw a mysterious woman who resembled someone you know. I wish I could meet this angel. I want you to burn me more and more.
That's why I'm here today, to ask about the Adola Link. Have you ever had an Adola Link, Captain Hagaway?
If that's what it's called, then I suppose I have. It was a magnificent experience.
Captain Burns said he paid for his link by having his eyes burned out. His eye burned out.
Not eyes, eye.
Is that scar the price you paid, Captain Hagaway?
And Captain Hagaway is silent.
Until then, I had worked my darndest to protect people's lives and property. But on that day 2 years ago, my perspective changed. There was a big fire, so big it swallowed an entire city. People died. I thought I had saved so many lives in my time, but this was the kind of event that made me realize the truth. I had saved no one.
Then there's a burst. There's a burst of flames in front of him. Then we see a clawed hand as it goes straight across Hagaway's face. And my thing is, this sliced his face without damaging his glasses. So this is like otherworldly. This wasn't like an otherworldly type of slash.
That's when I felt a hope that resembled despair. It was a sense of release. I felt like everything had been saved. Adola Link, is that what they call this baptism? It's marvelous. I would like to see it.
Ow, bit my tongue. Give me a sec.
It's marvelous. I would like to see it again. What I saw wasn't the sunlight they preached of in the Holy Soul Temple. The light I saw, that is the light of God. Attaining that divine world is exactly what will bring salvation. This scar is my stigmata, the sacred scar that opened my eyes. So, Kusakabe, would you burn me with your holy flames? Then maybe I can see the divine world again.
You think that hellscape is the world of the gods, Captain Hagaway, sir?
It makes no difference to me if the world is sacred or profane.
Then what do you think that world is, sir?
The gods and devils that mortals imagine unto themselves are merely imitations of Adola. Heaven or hell, I saw reality in that world. I want to shout from the rooftops that this is the truth.
So you would like to start a new religion, sir?
That's not a bad idea.
Well, I didn't feel anything like salvation when I had my Adola links. I only felt some kind of connection and had a vision of an alien world.
Maybe it didn't feel special to you with your a dollar burst, but I am merely human.
I'm human too.
And then someone is screaming,
Shock!
That voice, Asako?
Lieutenant Asako!
and then there's screaming going on
Stand back, sir!
as we hear heavy footsteps make their way and the doors burst open. And through the smoke, it's 119.
Mamoru-kun? Because this is Company 4?
What are 119 doing here?
And then 119 try to run to Mamoru tries to run towards Shinra.
Ah! Here he comes!
But then Hagaway jumps up in front of Shinra and just backhands Mamoru. And we see Karen, who's inside this mascot's costume.
Karen? Why?
This is a little over the top for a practical joke on an old friend. Kill Shinra Kusakabe.
Are you that upset that I kicked your butt earlier?
This is perfect. If he wants to fight you, you can kill him.
And this is the woman that's speaking to Shinra. But then we have 119 that are stepping next to him.
You're acting strange. What happened to all of you?
And another scam likely. I thank God for scam likely rejections directly on my phone. My phone updated, but I just love it so I can tell what's a scam and what isn't, so I can instantly just swipe it to close it out.
You're acting strange. What happened to all of you?
Kill. Excellent. Now you have a target for your rage. Kill. Kill. So take that rage and let it out. Burn it all.
Kusakabe?
Go on. Do it. Burn it all.
As it shows Shinra taking a weird pose as his flames take on that spiked appearance once more. And that is the end of chapter 84. Onwards to that's the end of chapter 94. Sorry. I told y'all, Roman numerals is just gonna mess me up. Chapter 90, that was chapter 94. Onwards to chapter 95. Flames of Madness.
Kusakabe? Fire Soldier Kusakabe!
Burn it all to death.
And it shows Shinra as he has this crazed look in his eye.
What in the world is going on? It looks like both sides have lost their senses.
Do it.
As Shinra's feet have pretty much burned his pants and shoes. And then he jets and he starts to gather fire towards his feet as if he's prepared to, fly into the air.
The flames at his feet. It's the Adola burst.
And he goes straight towards Karen, like he's preparing to kill him. But then Captain Hagaway gets in the way and takes the hit directly in the face, on purpose.
This is the Adola burst. So hot. I love it. I love it.
As Captain Hagaway gets knocked away by this kick. And then we see Lieutenant Pan, who sees Captain Hagaway get knocked outside, with Asako going,
Grandfather!
And then it shows Pan blowing into his whistle going, Captain Hagaway!
But what is the meaning of all this?
So this is where they went after they went nutty.
Yes, and Kusakabe is acting strange too.
Shinra-san too? What's gotten into all of them?
It's like they've been possessed.
Mother killer. Devil. You disgust me. You're a devil. You think you can mouth off like that?
You don't know anything. No. I guess I'm the one who didn't know anything. I've had enough. This is stupid. I was wasting my time even thinking about it. Every single one of you can drop dead!
And as this happens, we see cords just fly into the air and wrap around 119 and Karen. And it's Captain Hagaway who's doing it.
It's time for you all to behave.
And he pulls on the cord because he's got them wrapped up in this very peculiar configuration. And all of them, as he pulls on the cord, they all get wrapped up and slammed towards the wall. Then the only person left is Shinra.
Kusakabe-san, if you can hear me, please respond!
This is clearly not normal.
Actually, gotta eat dinner. I'll see you in 20 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna still be here in 20 minutes. We still have one more chapter after this. So, Alessio, if you do not see me, enjoy your dinner, and I will see you the next time. But if you're here, if I'm still going in 20 minutes, then, well, you know.
This is clearly not normal. Are we under some kind of attack? And the enemy is controlling people. But how?
And then we zoom out to the distance, far away from the firehouse, and we see Charon, or Sharon, along with Halmia.
I thought I'd use some company force soldiers to mess with Shinra, and my.
What happened? Explain yourself, Halmia.
I never would have expected the first pillar to be here messing with Shinra too. You know how much she hates people. She's using Shinra to do some damage.
The first pillar? Whoa, Halmia, did you say the first pillar? Halmia, is she using an Adola link? Halmia! 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 Hey! 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 Is the first pillar making contact with Shinra? Is she using an Adola link? Halmia, are you listening? Hey!
Darn it, Sharon, you're a seriously annoying pest. Seriously, you should die. Drop dead, scum.
Never mind that, Halmia. The first pillar. Is the first pillar here? Come on! She used an Adola link, right? Right? She's using an Adola link to make contact? Answer me! Halmia, come on!
And I'm like, dude, calm down. Calm down. You ain't even giving her a chance to speak.
Yes, she's using an Adola link.
So just answer me.
Isn't it obvious? Duh, it's an Adola link. Are you stupid? You know exactly where the first pillar is. Of course she's not here in person. Hello? She's using an Adola link to possess Shinra. Shinra's rage and hatred caught her attention. Now she's using it to vent her own anger. And Shinra is in perfect sync with her madness. The challengers are the crazy elite old fireman and Fire Force's greatest master of status enhancements.
And it shows Shinra, who's just out of his mind, rushing towards Hagaway and Pan. And he clashes with Hagaway, who immediately wraps a cord around him, going,
I'd rather not have you running amok in my office.
And he throws him outside.
I can't have you starting fires inside the fire station. Type 1 fire axe.
And then Pan throws an axe out the window, and he grabs two, because he has two axes, and he's holding both of them. And Shinra is in this crazy berserker state right now.
You're like a beast in human's clothing.
There's no need to hold back anymore. Let's kill them all.
As this woman is holding on, this first pillar, as it were, is holding on to Shinra.
Everyone who stands in your way.
Who is this person? Why does she have so much hate? It's overpowering.
As Shinra, berserk, launches at Hagaway. And Hagaway gets caught in this big explosion that Shinra creates.
Woo! Feeling hot! Adola!
What are you doing? I know you could have dodged that, Captain. And he's just blowing on his whistle towards Captain Hagaway, who's just taking in the flames.
I see. That is nice. Yes. But bask in it too long and no number of lives will be enough. But you know, I still want it.
Grandpa?
Goes Asako. Pull yourself together, sir. It really will kill you.
Kill me? I would die. But I can't die yet. Company 4 needs me.
As Captain Hagaway brandishes his axes, and then Shinra rushes him and hits him right in his midsection.
It's not the same, but still incredible.
And with one move, he immediately knocks Shinra away from him. And then Pan is blowing into his whistle, but it's, he's trying to speak and blow into his whistle at the same time.
I can buff his fire resistance, but if he keeps that up, he still won't last. Please dodge.
And then it shows some javelins, some fire javelins landing right near Shinra, who jumps back.
Those flame spears.
Dang it, Shinra, you think you can come to my company and trash the place? Now take my eyes off of you for a second. What are you doing?
I'm so glad you're here, Ogun.
And it's Ogun and Arthur.
And Arthur?
And that's the end of chapter 95. Onwards to chapter 96, Old Friends United. And it shows Ogun and Arthur standing there in front of Shinra, who still has this crazed berserker look in his eye. What's going on? Is that really you, Shinra? What happened? Then we see that sizzle, that same electric signal arc up from Shinra. Huh? This electric signal. Is this that silly woman we met in the Nether? No, it's not her. I sense the presence of a different knave inside Shinra. And we see the face of the first pillar. Arthur, what are you doing here? We suspected the electricity wielder from the Nether might come for Shinra again. Our captain asked me to act as his bodyguard. As usual, your face is hideous, as Arthur takes out Excalibur. Time for a devil hunt. No, wait! We should think of a way to snap Shinra out of it. But to do that, we're gonna have to get him under control. Let's let his classmates take care of this, Captain. You want it too much. A Dola burst. We'll be here to back you up. You two focus on stopping Kusakabe. Yeah, but what do we do? If this isn't the doing of the Evangelist's electric master, I don't know how to snap him out of it. Kusakabe was having an Adola link in my office. If that's what's making him do this, then sever that link and maybe. Either way, we can't let Kusakabe run loose like this. And then it shows Shinra as Arthur goes, here he comes! Shinra bending his index finger, which he uses for rapid, and Arthur sees it, and he just barely manages to put his hand up because Shinra blitzes him. And then Pan is blowing his whistle as Ogun goes, unreal! He went so fast I couldn't see him! And it shows Ogun getting hit in his midsection by Shinra as well. I used my muscle enhancement whistle to raise your physical defense, and it still hurts like heck. No fair. As Captain Hogaway is jealous that Shinra is hitting other people other than him. He likes this too much. So this is the rapid, eh? Having experienced it myself, I can say I can react, but my body can't move fast enough. That's going to be a problem. Let me handle buffs and recovery. You two just focus on attacking, says Pan. If we want to beat Shinra's mobility, we'll have to fight as a party. Let's take the front row. Got it, Arthur? And Arthur has completely zoned out on all the big words that he's heard just in the first couple of seconds. Strength, party, enhancements, buffs, DPS. Arthur? I am the Bard Pan. I spur the soldiers onward with my magic flute. I am the warrior Ogun. I will avenge my village. I am the shield of mass Okiism, forged by the dwarves. Let's go, Night King. Yes, we will vanquish Satan. And it shows Arthur having this daydream of him being in the fantasy world, with even Lieutenant Hogaway in the background being the role of like the mage. And it shows Shinra floating in the air like some sort of demon king with flames coming off of him and skeletal wings. Arthur, what's gotten into you? Something's not right. Is he being controlled like the rest of them? No, this is exactly what we want. And this is Ogun saying it. You mean that night game he's always playing at? He must be seeing some kind of image in his own mind. But he looks stupider than I've ever seen him. This must be pretty advanced. What in the world could have triggered it? And it shows Shinra using Rapid to fly straight towards Arthur. And Arthur, without even looking, blocks Shinra entirely. And Shinra speeds around him and tries to punch Arthur, and Arthur dodges. And then Shinra tries to kick him, and Arthur dodges again. Adola burst! And then Arthur grabs Hogaway and uses him as his own personal shield, like, Force Shield! And then Pan is all like, seriously? You're using our captain as a shield? And then Arthur then uses Hogaway again as a shield and smacks Shinra with him. Shield bash! Yeah! Arthur, that is our captain! Well done, great shield of mass Okiism. It's my first time. And Captain, don't act so happy! And it shows Shinra just constantly beating up on Hagaway because Arthur is using him as a shield.
I hardly recognize them from their days in the academy. Do the properties of plasma have anything to do with Arthur's strength?
Yes, sir. Arthur's power is pretty unique, but he's an idiot, so when we were students, I did a lot of research for him. I learned that the thing he does, where he gets stronger or weaker depends on his circumstances, is a lot like the properties of plasma. Atoms, the smallest particles that make up matter, are made of a nucleus and electrons. Plasma is what you get when the electrons are separated from the nucleus. This makes it much more unstable than the original atom, and it's easy for external forces like magnetic fields to change its properties. Arthur's powers are just as unstable as plasma, and just as easily influenced by outside forces. It's like external information amplifies his internal image of himself as a knight and changes his strength.
Those Company 8 boys are really going at it. Shock! I feel like I've done something terrible.
And it shows Arthur looking at Hagaway, and he just tosses him aside. Arthur just casually tosses Company 4's captain aside. Then it just shows Shinra standing in the wind, and Arthur standing in the wind, with Arthur going, "Hey, Shinra, what happened? I thought you were going to be a hero."
Pfft, hero. I burned that worthless idea to ash.
Do you really mean that? Or is it coming from the knave possessing you? And it shows the first pillar inside of Shinra smiling, because she knows that Arthur knows. Then we cut back into the distance with Karen and Haumia. All right, we can continue. Family was asking me what I wanted for lunch. Apologies for the delay. But we cut to the distance outside, and we cut back to with Sharon, with Caron, and how do you pronounce his name? Hold on, I need to know how to say this correctly. It says Karen. It says Karen. Okay, I'm going to pronounce it Karen, if that's the official name. We have Karen and Karen, or Caron. You know what? I'm going to call him Caron. We got Caron there along with Haumia. How's it going, Haumia? What are they doing?
This plasma user I met in the nether just showed up. This is getting interesting.
And then we have Pan. It won't be easy to talk him down.
No, the enemy is inside him. He really is being controlled by an Adola link.
As it shows Shinra's crazed berserker face, and Arthur. What do you mean with that smile? Are you happy to show your true colors at last? Or do you seek the aid of the Night King? And then it has this first pillar in Shinra going,
Burn, 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 burn! Hero, devil, who cares? You don't have to worry about that nonsense. I know what you want. I know where your mother is. I know how you can find her.
And then Shinra's face curls up into an even bigger smile as he's being controlled by this Adola link. To be continued in Volume 12. Translation notes: January and August, page 69. Before the Solar Era, many of the English names for months came from Roman gods and rulers, or just from Latin numbers. They may or may not have been changed when the solar era began, but in Japanese, the months are all named for the order they appear in the calendar. Ichigatsu, month 1, Nigatsu, month 2, and etc. This did not change with the new era, so there's no telling what the real English names of these months would be, but the translators have opted to use what the readers would readily recognize. Of course, naming the months after numbers makes it very easy to determine which company will adorn the calendar page of which month. Welcome to the Gun Shobra, page 83. The translators would like to apologize for their very sorry attempt at recreating this pun. The Japanese word for flex biceps is chikara kobu, which literally means strength lump. Captain Obi added a ra to the end to make it chikara cobra, which is now a portmanteau of flex bicep and cobra. Nudis, I'm not gonna say the name of this because it's a curse word. And yeah, so I can't really read this out. Yeah, it's basically just talking about how the name that read out on Captain Hinawa's bunny hat is pretty much unacceptable office wear because it says nudis, nudis, yeah, probably would best if I don't say this. The place where you go where it meets the ocean, but I don't want to say too much because it could then be taken out of context. Nudis, but then the word that it sounds like. And then it's also a word that is unacceptable to have on your clothing in an office. So you can kind of get it that way. Where would he go for research? Page 190. In Japan, chapters of manga are published in a magazine on a weekly or monthly basis. And when enough chapters have been released, they are compiled into a graphic novel. Every so often, a magazine will come out and be missing a chapter of perhaps a favorite manga. The editors will inform the readers that the author of said manga have taken a break for research purposes. This is a code meaning the artist missed the deadline. And that's it for volume 11 of Fire Force. Other than, the short interruption we had earlier on, I'd say this was a very successful read-through of today's volume. And I need to say this so that there isn't any confusion about how I'm going to go about running my channel from this point on. I'm going to continue to run my channel as it has. My subscribers are going up. Sure, to some, it may seem like this is a waste of time. Welcome back, Alessio. You literally came back. You literally came back just as I ended the chapter. But to continue off of what I was saying, I know it may seem to a lot of people, especially the randoms who show up to my channel and wonder how long I've been doing this and think I should get a real job. But this is my job. It does not have to measure up to what you see as a job. This is my job, and one I am happy to do. Has it been a slow crawl to get to this point? Of course it has. But I have no regrets of leaving the retail work that I used to do for the past 10 years to pursue this, because this is what makes me happy. And I'm not going to stop until I'm satisfied. So, regardless of how many people may feel a certain way about while I'm doing this, maybe I should get an actual real job, I'm wasting my time, or think that they're getting one over on me by telling me that this isn't a real job and I'm wasting my time and I should do something better, I'm going to continue to do as I have. Because at the end of the day, no one tells me what I can and can't do with my life and what I want to pursue as a career. I ain't going to stop. And there's nothing a single person in this world can do to stop that. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I dare you to stop me. I'm going to keep going until the wheels fall off. That's how much I'm into this. Keep making videos, don't listen to them. Of course I don't. I point and laugh at them, and then I wave at them as I pass them by. It's that simple. You think I would have stopped this already? You think if it was that easy for people to tell me to get a real job and stop doing this and do something else, I would have stopped this years ago. But that's not how I was raised. I wasn't raised to give up. And you will not stop me no matter how hard you try. Kyushu is here to stay. And you can quote me on that. But overall, this was a fantastic volume to read, and I can't wait to read you guys volume 12 tomorrow. I'm going to get some food, and then afterwards, we're going to continue with God of War Ragnarok's Valhalla DLC and see how much further we can keep going forward. Wish I had my mindset. It took a lot of faith and it took a big jump forward to just say, like, you know what? I'm just going to leave my job. I'm just going to leave my job and do this because I love this. It takes a lot of guts to do that, especially when I didn't even have like 4,000 subscribers at the time, or I think I did, but it takes a lot of guts to just leave and say, I'm going to do this, and a lot of courage to do it, but I'm doing it. And I'm going to show people that you can be successful if you set your mind to it. I don't care if people don't think it won't happen. I don't care if people think it's a waste of my time and I should do something else. It's what I want to do, and I'm the only one who can call me stupid in doing so. So, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say to you is that, well, firstly, if you got a dream, hold on to it. Go after it. Pursue it. Even when anyone else tells you it's a waste of your time, a waste of your talents, or it's not possible for you to succeed in an area where most people would think it would just be a 0% chance of success. Never let that dream go, and go after it, regardless of if the entire world tells you no. You plant yourself by the river of truth, and then you tell the world no. When the whole world, when the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, you plant yourself by the river of truth, and you stand there and say no. You move. I don't know, I'm misquoting it horribly. But to everyone, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and even become a member because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.